New year, new me, or at least in my case, new glasses. Welcome to my second channel. Let's talk about setting goals, keeping them, and not breaking the New Year's resolutions in a few days. But first, let me clean this driveway. Let's start by having an honest conversation. 2025 was a very interesting year for most probably for all of us, right? I have set some goals that I just talked about and I don't even bothered doing it. One of my biggest wins were going to the gym on a quite regular basis, even after having a really tough start with this experience. But I consider it this is the biggest ROI in 2025. The second biggest one is waking up as early as possible, reading as much as possible in the first hour of the day, catch up with some work, and by the time everybody woke up, I was ahead of my work and I was able to think about new ideas. 26 weeks ago, in the middle of the year, on July 20 something, I posted a reel about that I would like to start my podcast and build a podcast studio. Ever since then, the only thing that happened is me investing a lot of money in equipment that are sitting there and collecting dust. Even now, I'm filming it with my phone. I'm still on that journey building the podcast studio, and now, almost half a year later, it actually starts to become a reality. Until we will be ready to actually host some podcasts, I would like to have this as a behind the scenes, much more relaxed ways of talking with you directly about the journey that this is about and connecting with locals, connecting with different individuals in a different level, which actually will bring some value to you. This may sound pretty and stuff, but what this podcast studio is actually about. So in short, we have applied to a European Union grant and it seems that we are on a phase where it will actually happen. I cannot say it yet 100% sure because the contract was not yet signed, but if everything goes according to the plan, by the end of January, I might have some better news that we actually signed that contract. It's pretty stressful. And my idea was in July that, okay, we have finished with the grant, everybody's happy. Now we will have a ton of time awaiting for the resolution of it. And if it happens, then I will kind of be obligated to do it. And if it doesn't happen, then it's a nice experience that I can learn from. The only thing I did not consider is the time between sending the project and getting a response. It was pretty short and it was eventful. We got a lot of questions that we needed to answer. It was pretty stressful. I have the best collaborators ever. You will most probably meet them very shortly. Without them, this would not be possible, but we are still facing some issues and we are still figuring out the last details before everything can get started for real. Speaking of that, I would consider that one of the New Year's resolution for me this year is to get this figured out. Besides everything else that I'm doing with work and stuff, I want this to succeed and I want to put a lot of focus on content creation and to this journey because it might seem easy, but it's a really complex one. I remember when I got the first phishing phone call in February that, hey, you are eligible for this grant. Would you like to consider applying for it? Yeah, of course, send some details. And I thought that it will be straightforward, easy to do it, easy going. But as soon as you start digging into what are the requirements, how this whole thing is working, you had to dig deeper and deeper. It's not that easy, nor that complex to actually scare everybody out of it. So if you will ever have the chance to do it, just do it. Don't ask questions, just put that upfront investment in it because it will be worth it. If this happens, there will be still 2 years until we get it done and then 2 more years until we do the project and everything. So the timeline is very long. So it's at least a 4 or 5 year commitment, but it's something that I consider it worth doing it. Besides that, I think the biggest ROI for this year for me, it will be continuing waking up as early as possible, which means I will have to go to bed as early as possible. I want to target 5:36 latest so I can get ahead of the work, of the things that needs to be done. And besides that, gym, family time, spending time with my wife and my kid, traveling a little bit. Even that will be tricky because I need to be around and I will be a little bit blocked. Last year, when I decided I want to do this podcast, I had no space, I had no equipment. I still don't have the space fully figured out, but I was ambitious. And I think I was a little bit overly ambitious. I was physically and mentally not on a level where I would actually be able to do it. It was already hard to find time for different activities, but launching an actual podcast would have burnt me out most probably fully. And I'm glad I was able to step back in order to be able to take 2 steps forwards. I needed a little bit of mental clarity about what I actually want to do with the podcast, who this podcast will actually be for. So I will be shortly introducing these topics, people, values and stuff into this series of vlogs. And I would like to invite you to be part of this journey. I would like to meet new interesting people in the city, in Târgu Mureș. And if you'd like to have a casual chat, please hit me somewhere in the DMs. Let's do it. Why not? Thanks, and see you in the next one.